Each small remark, any trivial stumble, when this affects you deeply, you're relinquishing control. The reality is those who remain steadiest don't encounter less difficulties. They've simply perfected their responses. Picture navigating existence unshaken. No mental spiraling, no more emotional outbursts. Only absolute command. In this video, I'll teach you how to train your mind to remain imperturbable. Mastering the nothing bothers me mindset is essential. The world is full of distraction. People's opinions, daily frustrations, unexpected setbacks. Suppose I explain that genuine power emerges from controlling strategic detachment. The secret lies in mastering to disconnect your reaction from environmental situations. When you let circumstances to dictate your mood, you turn into an instrument of powers outside your command. However, when you condition your thinking to remain unmoved, you transform into the architect of your fate. When you embody this mindset, you exercise dominance silently. Consider the most powerful figures in history. They weren't the ones who reacted impulsively to each offense. Their strength was not in their ability to argue, but instead in their power to stay unmoved. Imagine a scenario where someone insults you in public. The instinctive reaction of many would be fury. Yet what occurs if you merely grin and leave? You rob the instigator of their power. The same applies to failures and setbacks. Individuals who grasp the strength of neutrality view defeat simply as information, a valuable lesson. They don't incorporate loss. They simply note, modify, and advance. How do you cultivate such degree of mastery? Develop the custom of stopping before responding. Question internally, does this circumstance genuinely impact my greater purposes? One more essential factor lies in mental projection. See yourself as someone who traverses the world unshaken. When you reinforce this image in your consciousness, it transforms into your truth. Emotional detachment isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about mastering them. Picture this. You're amid an intense dispute. Do you let their words control your emotions, or will you grin unmoved? When you implement this strategy, pressure reduces, clarity increases. What you concentrate on, you magnetize. Yet when you assume mastery of your thinking and feelings, you transform into the designer of your destiny. Conditioning yourself for emotional separation does not mean you become cold. It indicates you stop letting external forces to dictate your inner condition. Your sentiments support you, not conversely. Strategic detachment is extraordinary ability. We're conditioned to believe we need concern ourselves with everything. However, authentic independence emerges when you comprehend that many things are irrelevant. Neutrality doesn't indicate disinterest. It means prioritization. Not each struggle deserves combat. When you quit engaging to every minor inconvenience, you regain control. Quit chasing acceptance. Seeking approval is a trap. The second you provide external sources of control to establish your significance, you surrender command over your own life. Authentic assurance isn't provided. It's forged through individual autonomy. The most charismatic people don't beg for approval. They own who they are, flaws and all. Liberty arrives when you release the need to be approved by everybody. No matter what you do, someone will perpetually opine. So why dissipate your strength trying to please everyone? If you desire to liberate yourself from the acceptance entrapment, start by asking yourself, whose opinion truly matters? Another crucial step is learning to validate yourself. When you commence perceiving your inherent significance, environmental acceptance transforms trivial. The second you quit chasing acceptance is the moment you start living freely. Judgment is unavoidable, yet how you manage it establishes your force. Criticism only has as much power as you give it. When you engage effectively, you let it control you. The strongest individuals don't let criticism shake them. They analyze it with precise consciousness, extract what's beneficial, and reject the remainder. Process judgment via reason, not sentiment. There are two types of criticism, constructive and destructive. Constructive criticism is valuable. Destructive criticism, however, is designed to break you down. Not all voices deserve your attention. When you respond to criticism with tranquil neutrality, you show the world that your certainty is unwavering. The most powerful individuals don't worry about condemnation. They employ it strategically or they dismiss it totally. Pressure exposes people. Some shatter, yet the powerful stay unmoved because they prepare their minds before the tempest comes. The secret is distancing from the necessity for mastery. Not all will proceed according to plan, but you do not react emotionally. You reply with tactics. The majority fracture during tension because they resist reality. Your thinking is your war zone. The thoughts you allow will determine whether you win or lose. To train an unshakable mind, you should construct cognitive routines. Thankfulness to resist cynicism. Strictness to defeat procrastination. Every day you must train yourself to remain imperturbable, to hesitate before responding. The majority are captives of their sentiments, yet those who master their thinking control everything. Mental strength is built in routine, trivial occasions. One of the most powerful mental habits you should forge is separation. Separation doesn't signify unconcern. It means control. Another crucial element is discipline. Consciousness perpetually chases convenience. Yet rigor reconstructs thinking. Commence minimally. Dedicate to routines that strengthen your psychological power. Real power moves in silence. It doesn't chase notice. It simply acts and lets the results speak. The noisiest persons are frequently the most fragile. If you wish to be valued, cease declaring your intentions. Success is not built through words. It's forged through execution. The more you talk, the more you invite scrutiny. When you function silently, nobody perceives your approach. The most powerful people don't dissipate strength validating themselves. They allow their achievement to communicate. Silence is not passive. It is strategy. As you vocalize, your statements possess significance. In a reality where most urgently pursue attention, be the individual who doesn't chase notice. When others seek notice, you pursue excellence. This is the difference between people who speak of achieving magnificent goals and those who truly execute them. The instant you see supplying outside approval, you'll perceive something. People will start paying attention. They'll inquire about your process. And that's when you'll understand you genuinely control the situation, not since you informed everyone, but since you demonstrated it without vocalizing.